Hi, everyone. We will be starting in just a minute. Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's webinar, where we will be discussing how to build a holistic data management strategy for life sciences organizations. My name is Aaron Friedman, and I am the Healthcare and Life Sciences Tech Lead for the AWS Partner Network, and I'll be moderating today's webinar. I'm really pleased to be joined today by Ajay Khanna, VP of Marketing for Reltio, and Chitra Varma, the GM for Information Management at IQVIA. You may also know them formerly as IMS Health. And before we begin, I wanted to, first off, let you know that we will have time for Q&A at the end of the session. And during today's talk, I invite you to put your questions into the GoToWebinar questions window, and we'll answer them at the completion of the presentation. I do want to say, we do recognize that we get a lot of questions during the webinar, and in the event that your question was not answered just because we didn't have time, someone, whether it's myself or others from Reltio or IQVIA, will be following up with you following the webinar. Also, just as a heads up, we will be distributing the content of the webinar following today's presentation. So with that all out of the way, there are several things we're really key themes that we're hoping you get out of the next hour or so. The first one is really how you can continuously organize your life sciences data in a way that is scalable, elastic, and highly performant, using cloud-based applications. The secondly is how on-demand, real-time data as a service applications enable life sciences organizations. And with all that, how you can use Reltio and AWS to organize large data sets from all of your data sources to really achieve this concept of continuous self-learning. And before we really dive in, I want to start to talk about broader trends in healthcare. And the overarching theme that we're seeing in the industry is the shift from volume-based care to value-based care, and that's really being driven by payment reform. And this outcomes-based reimbursement model really requires valuable new data sets to be collected, whether you're a pharma company, a payer reimbursing care, or a healthcare provider delivering care to your patients. And with all these new data, there are a lot of emerging capabilities that are rapidly accelerating the generation of new data assets that are valuable to healthcare organizations, such as from clinical genomics, medical imaging, and/or electronic health records. And these data sets often need to also be combined with non-clinical data sources, which may reside in myriad applications and/or data structures. And of course, all this needs to be done securely, since we're talking largely in the context of protected health information. And a new healthcare organization experiences a security breach every day. So really, fundamentally, when you put this all together, a robust data management and security strategy isn't anymore an option, but rather a necessity in today's world. And when we at AWS talk to healthcare and life sciences customers about their data challenges, they mostly fall into, sort of these 6 buckets that you see on the screen. Security and protecting data is really job zero and paramount when thinking in the context of protected health information, or PHI. And of course, while security is this overarching theme, there are several other key components organizations focus on in their data strategy. They include, things like, how do we acquire data from disparate sources, and how do we store it in a way that is easily meaningful for downstream consumption? How do we process data in a way that is efficient without over exceeding our cost budget? And how do we analyze these data to generate new insights and distribute the data in a manner that has really these fine-grained access controls with the appropriate auditing and logging built in, as well as easily consumed by stakeholders no matter where they may be? And in reality, right, these challenges are not specific to healthcare and life sciences organizations. We see them across every industry and customers we talk to, whether it's healthcare, financial services, media and entertainment, or oil and gas. We hear these same themes time and again. And that's really what we think about when we when we talk about the data value chain. It's a set of common challenges and opportunities that our customers face with regards to their data strategy. And of course, right, every industry is unique, but one of the things we really work hard to do is to learn from, say, a use case in financial services and repurpose that to better serve our healthcare and life sciences customers. And focusing in, of course, on healthcare and life sciences, because that is the theme of the next hour. When we talk with our customers, several key themes emerge about what they are doing and what they want to do in the cloud. And a lot of it is driven by the data they collect, whether it's claims data from payers, electronic health records and images from providers, genomics data, or medical device wearables. All organizations have or need to have a strategy around data security, acquisition, storage, processing, and analysis. And increasingly, organizations are really integrating across these data silos to get a more holistic view, both of their patients as well as the populations that they belong to. And this following slide illustrates just that. Really, it is the fact that your data management strategy is key. Making data only accessible to those who need it when they need it is not only valuable from a security perspective, but also can accelerate an organization. And in many of the healthcare and life sciences customers we talk to recognize that and really are focusing on this challenge and opportunity that modern data management presents. And when we look at this slide, I think it highlights really well the fact that organizations have multiple stakeholders for all of their data sets. You, of course, have data providers, individuals or organizations that are ingesting or providing new information into sort of your data repository. You have governors, individuals that are really concerned with the security and compliance and how you are distributing those data sets at scale. You have operations, sort of that core DevOps model that is being applied to your data. You have, business users, business intelligence individuals that are consuming data from your disparate data sources, as well as analysts. And all of these different stakeholders need to have mechanisms in place that can help surface and log and track the healthcare and life sciences data that you as an organization own. And I'm really excited to be joined today by Ajay Khanna at Reltio. And right now I'd like to hand it over to him as he sort of walks you through modern data management and the core capabilities.
Thank you so much, Aaron. Hello, everyone. My name is Ajay Khanna from Reltio. And let's start by looking at some of the key digital initiatives that we see across life sciences organizations. So as we know, life sciences businesses is continuously evolving, and you in your organizations must also be experiencing some of the same changes. And here are some of the things that we see out there, like organizations are getting ready for regulations, whether it is existing regulations like Open Payments and Sunshine Act, or even the newer ones like General Data Protection Regulation, GDPR, and the Privacy Compliance or CCPA that is coming into the picture. So getting ready for new regulation is one of the initiatives that we see quite often out there. And getting the information ready for your new product launches, setting up the commercial operations, getting the right customer data, as well as putting together the right alignments for the new product launches is one of the key initiatives that we see. And then developing the new business models, the new revenue models, such as whether it is outcome-based healthcare or pay for performance. And then companies are aligning their operations to changing customer expectations for supporting different channels and the access to information, providing that access to the information at their convenience. And the new channels of communication, they keep on emerging. We have social channels, but within the social channels, there are channels like WhatsApp, Snapchat. And if you're doing business in China, you may also want to support WeChat as a channel. And customers are not just comparing you to your other competitors in life sciences and biotech and pharma, but they're comparing you to the experiences that they get from, for example, retailers or banks or airlines. So the customer expectations are also evolving. And companies change with merger and acquisitions and are also challenged with onboarding new product information, onboarding new customer information, merging the customers, merging the employees, merging the supplier information during any kind of M&A situation. So all these changes are leading pharma and biotech to look for new digital technologies and rethinking how they can transform their business. But companies find it hard. Data is hard. So they find it hard to deliver personalized and contextual experience or deliver these digital initiatives or align the cross-functional teams or launch new products because the data is scattered across multiple systems, whether it is a CRM and SFA, whether it is marketing automation system, it is expense management system, and the data is inconsistent and unreliable. There is no single source of truth for the reliable data. And many have tried various solutions in the past, including some legacy MDM systems or BI solutions, or even putting some data lakes together. But at the end, business is not getting the value that they're looking for. And the result is that data remains dirty with millions of duplicates and inaccuracies like bad addresses, bad phones, bad emails, and experience across channels that remains disconnected. So that's a poor customer experience. Departments within the organization, they work with their own version of data, with their disconnected applications, and keeps on creating more silos. At the end, business users are not getting the information that they need, and IT finds it hard to kind of deliver to business needs in a timely manner. So if we look at some of the leading digital companies like Amazon or Uber, they view their information as a strategic asset. They have built systems to harness the data and apply it to their day-to-day business operations. Leaders in digital initiatives, they believe that data is the heart of every decision, and analyzing the right set of data at the right time can make every decision and action better. They can not only absorb data from all sources, internal, external, and third-party sources, and all formats, but also realize that they need better organization of data to make data useful. And you also need to understand the relationships. So if you are managing data about healthcare professionals and healthcare organizations, HCP, HCO data, you want to also understand what are the relationships between HCP and HCO, between HCP and patients, patients and products and prescriptions, and their relationship with plans and payers. So all that relationship is also very important. They can create a unified data sets and then offer this information to business users, whether they are data stewards, whether they are brand teams, whether they are medical teams, or they are field reps, through these personalized views that provide information in the context of their business roles. They embed analytics within their business processes and applications, and rather than treating analytics as some of the standalone technology, and ultimately learn from the insights and continuously improve the data quality as well as improve the business outcomes. So let's see how we can put this together. So first step is to bring all your data together. And as Aaron mentioned, her modern data management platforms help you to connect to all your internal, external, and third-party data sources like IQVIA, match and merge and clean the data to create that single reliable source of truth for your data. You can identify potential matches and overlaps of profiles, which helps you to compare and contrast similar profiles and then automatically consolidate using smart matching, as well as provide certain survivorship rules so that you can determine that which type of profile will have which type of attribute coming from which particular data source. Data model for customers, organizations, products, and variations for life sciences, which is a consumer or a physician or a patient or a hospital or an IDN, it is already available. And then it speeds up your time to implementation to put together those consolidated, clean, reliable profiles. You can import data from using various methods. It could be using REST APIs and streaming APIs. It could be queues or app-specific connectors like for Salesforce.com or connectors bringing data from IQVIA or Dun& Bradstreet. And while creating the golden records of your customers, accounts, and products, you can also view the data lineage, which is important from your compliance perspective, that which attribute is coming from which data source and how these survivorship rules are applied to create that complete profile which you may want to create for your marketing team or medical teams or field teams. Next important thing is, as I mentioned, is understanding the relationships between these data entities. So this is where the graph technology helps us understand and uncover these relationships with the different data types. So just RDBMS based MDM tools, they are not sufficient to manage these complex customer journeys and understand HCU, SCP affiliations, or even to manage challenges like GDPR compliance. But what you see here is a multi-model data architecture that provides the right storage for the right data. And then Reltio is a pioneer in the use of such kind of multi-model data architecture. And this self-learning graph helps you uncover the relationships between entities like HCP, HCO, patients, plan, payer, prescription, so on and so forth, so that you can understand how your data is connected and actually understand which patient belongs to which particular physician working at which particular hospital system and under which plan and what are the prescriptions. So that's where the whole power of insights come into play. And this is very similar to what you would see in like social graph or Facebook or knowledge graph, which is powering LinkedIn. And this Reltio graph is continuously uncovering these relationships between different attributes and also improving the matching of the data, highlighting the data that influences a particular profile. You can find who are the key influencers in your customer, like you want to identify some of the key opinion leaders. And this capability is key for the applications like affiliation management or plan payer in life sciences. So with this multimodal architecture as a core foundation, you get a single place where you can blend different kinds of data, different entities and the relationships, and so that everything is under one virtual data roof so that you can have a complete view of your data entities. And this also means that business users can leverage any type and any form of data that they need through various workflows and data-driven applications that are easy to use as Facebook and LinkedIn. So next is to incorporate analytics, to take the power of advanced analytics and machine learning and get all these insights from the data that we are bringing together and sharing those insights and the relevant information to the business users. All the data which is organized is now available for analytics, and the profiles are continuously scored and ranked within Reltio and then segmented as you need. And then that information is provided to the business users based on their particular needs. These systems can guide users and provide intelligent recommendations based on the data and the behavior of the user. And for example, recommendations can tell you how to improve the data, how to improve the matching. It can suggest you the new relationships when a HCP joins a particular hospital system. It can identify influences of a KOL, and also help you with some next best actions kind of decision, that what information to send to which customer on what at what time. All this information and insights are then visualized in the form of what we call as data-driven applications for data stewards or field reps or sales account managers. These data-driven applications provide a true 360-degree information in the context of the role and objective of your end users. Built-in collaboration capabilities and workflow capabilities to manage data change requests that supports the continuous collaborative data curation across the data user ecosystem. So marketing, sales, support, and field service, they all get a personalized view of the customer and then get the relevant information with these visualization and then help them to understand customer at a deeper level. You can create data-driven applications for HCPs or HCO profiles, key opinion leader profiles, or even for products with the complete IDMP compliance. Reltio Cloud is being adopted by many life sciences leaders and emerging biotechs for different use cases across commercial, across brand, across medical teams. And these use cases include delivering a superior customer experience, connected customer experiences, better sales effectiveness, better alignment with proper account management. Some may want to do supplier aggregation, bringing all the supplier data together. Also for compliance reporting and meeting the needs for Sunshine Act and GDPR kind of requirements. And the system must be closed loop, must have this closed loop data flow for this data and insights to kind of come together so that we can continuously learn from the data and continuously improve the data quality and continuously improve the business operations as well. So let's quickly see how this thing all works. So first step is to organize the data. So where we connect with all internal, external, third-party data sources, use smart matching to match various profiles and then merge them together into one single profile or a golden record. Then we talked about the relationships where we relate various data entities like HCP, HCO, prescription plans, payers into one this commercial graph. And then all that information, consolidated, clean, reliable information, correlated with the transactional information. It could be prescriptions or it could be referrals. All that information is then provided to analytical system which will analyze that data, which will score and rank the information, and whatever insights that we are getting from that system, that becomes part of your data-driven applications, as well as becoming the part of those profiles, whether it is HCP profile, whether it is HCO profile or a patient profile. It becomes part of those profiles, and then the complete information is also available via REST APIs to be used in your downstream applications like CRM applications or expense management applications, or to various commercial data warehouses for further analytics. And business users get their view of the data in the context of how they want to use the data. So if you look at the overall modern data management platform, so it provides a single source of truth for operations as well as analytical applications using master data management as the core foundation. But as you see that it goes beyond that, it provides predictive analytics and machine learnings to improve the data quality. It utilizes graph technology to find the relationship. It helps you manage the data at a big data scale. You can bring data from all internal, external, third-party sources so that you can process all the data in one and create one true 360-degree view of your data entity. And then there are workflow and collaboration capabilities within this platform available within the data-driven application for curation of data to manage data change requests when it is coming from your field users. And then allow life sciences organization to easily connect to third-party data sources like IQVIA and bring that data and enrich the profiles with that data, with that kind of reference data. And then at the end, providing contextual data-driven applications to the business users. As your business needs change, you can update these applications very quickly. You can add new data sources, you can add new attributes so that your data is always current and your business users are always getting the right true information, the reliable information at any point in time. So with this right data strategy, life sciences organizations like yours can improve customer engagement with improved HCP/HCU access. You can find the right key opinion leaders and understand their influence in a particular disease area. You can generate this connected experiences, enable these connected experiences across personal and non-personal communications, improve compliance with better and fast reporting. You can ensure compliant communications to your customers as well as compliant sampling with when all the data is coming together, and then make your businesses more efficient with better planning, with better alignment, with faster alignments, and getting the single view of customer across your commercial teams, medical teams, as well as clinical teams, and have your salespeople build this effective account-based strategy and making sure that your product launches are always on time. You are not missing on times due to unorganized data. So with that, I would like to invite Chitra to talk a little bit more about IQVIA, their technology, how they are using the data as also, and also discuss some of the customer stories. Chitra, over to you.
Thanks, Ajay. Hello, everybody. I'm Chitra Verma. I'm the General Manager for Information Management in IQVIA Technologies. So before I go into deeper into my session, I would just like to make sure that everybody is familiar with IQVIA. IQVIA is a combination of Quintiles and IMS Health. Quintiles you may know as a global leading contract research organization, and IMS Health as a leading healthcare big data technology company. They formed IQVIA. The merger of Quintiles and IMS Health formed IQVIA in 2016. Now, a few words on human data science. So human data science is our new way to harness advances in technology, analytics, and above all, human ingenuity to continue the pursuits of improvements in health outcomes. And for the first time ever, as IQVIA, the potential of human data science has become a reality. As IQVIA, we provide actionable solutions by tapping into the power of our core. The core includes 4 components: domain expertise, which is across diseases, geographies, and scientific methods; unparalleled data, world's largest curated healthcare data source and innovative privacy protections; advanced analytics, which is faster, more precise decision making generated by advanced analytics designed for healthcare; and last but not the least, the transformative technology, leading technologies to provide real-time access to operational critical information. Before I get into more details about the solutions and how our customers have benefited from them, let's talk about the general environment that life sciences and healthcare organizations are operating in. Decisions that are made there have the potential to greatly impact patient health and outcomes. And that is why IQVIA Technology is building purpose-built life sciences and healthcare solutions to ensure better decision-making across the product life cycle, across clinical, across commercial, and across compliance. So the expectations are high from our customers, and I think they should be. So here is the broad vision for IQVIA Technologies for the broader commercial ecosystem. So the reasons our technologies are purpose-built for our clients is that we need to keep in mind the overall operating environment of our pharma, medical devices, biotech, consumer health, as well as healthcare clients. What I'm sharing here is IQVIA's view of the broader commercial ecosystem, of which information management or data management is a foundation component at the bottom in the slide. We believe that to manage commercial programs effectively, we need to link operational tools, content management, customer engagement platforms, and compliance to operate seamlessly, supported by a common foundation of data management. We also believe having a common user interface across all the applications is key to adoption, which is why we are investing in Apollo, as well as embedded intelligence, which is why we are weaving our intelligence capability ADA into all of our solutions. And finally, connectivity is the key, not just within our applications, but to a broader ecosystem, which is why we created the Lexi capability to enable seamless connectivity with all of the data and applications. Now let's consider the data itself within that commercial ecosystem. Today, our clients have to manage increasing volumes, velocities, and varieties of data from both internal and external data sources. The ability to capture and use this data is a strategic necessity. But if it is housed in multiple systems and applications throughout the enterprise, your ability to put that information to work is very limited. Without a central repository where data can be aggregated and conformed, decision-making slows down. Productivity is hampered, and companies are prevented from achieving the kind of insights that are needed to get ahead. When data is scattered across different applications, companies never have a complete view of the domains in which they operate. Without a process or system in place to unify it, that fragmented data can frustrate decision-making and impede key business goals, such as sales productivity, marketing campaigns, and compliance. Now I'm going to talk briefly about how we have partnered with Reltio to meet the needs of our customers in real time. So IQVIA in Enterprise Information Management, it is comprised of two integrated solutions, Master Data Management and Data Warehouse. They can be used separately, together, or in concert with third-party solutions or data as well. Our solutions enable our clients to make the right decision, accelerate performance, and improve efficiency. And both of our solutions, or the combined solution, is built using the Reltio Cloud as a foundation platform. So let's begin with the IQVIA's master data management solution. So as I mentioned earlier, it is built on Reltio Cloud platform, but what we bring to the table is the combination of right people, process, and technology in one place to provide a comprehensive view of your master data across multiple domains. It could be customers, organizations, suppliers, products, payers, patients, whatever be the need. From the IQVIA perspective, we have the right people with the domain expertise in 150 or more countries around the world. We have the right processes that we have built being part of this industry for more than 50 years, and then the right technology platform of Reltio Cloud. So it helps to organize the data into actionable insights. It gives clients a competitive advantage by providing one golden record, including aggregated data from disparate sources. We also pre-integrate this data with our largest curated healthcare data from IQVIA. We have industry-specific data models and a comprehensive view of all kinds of data to enable operational efficiency and value for our clients. So now let's talk about the IQVIA data warehouse, which is the second solution that we provide as a part of information management. So IQVIA data warehouse prepares data for making the right decision and because it is ready for the way you do business, it is designed to drive faster insights, and it is resource smart. We have the industry expertise to understand what dashboards and pre-built business rules you will need most, and to provide out-of-the-box analytic models, and as well as extensive KPI library and the ability to add your own specific KPIs and business rules. It's also designed to seamlessly integrate with IQVIA's best-in-class data while providing pre-built connectors for industry's most commonly adopted applications. That way you can accelerate the distribution of insights to key decision makers throughout your organization. We combine the scalability, security, and performance of the Reltio cloud with IQVIA's industry expertise to design a data warehouse that maximizes operational performance, as well as reduce the investment on analytics needs. So this data warehouse lets you easily integrate and aggregate IQVIA data, as well as your own client data, as well as any third-party data, and public information, coming from the social media, to gain trustworthy, adaptable, and accessible insights to support your commercial activities. So now that I've talked about IQVIA's approach and how we have partnered with Reltio to deliver purpose-built solutions for our clients, let's take a look at two use cases or case studies, how we approached their information management evaluation and how they realized immediate benefits. So the first case, this case study is about top 5 pharma that had multiple MDM solutions across the globe, and they were established over a period of 10 to 15 years, and how they migrated to modern cloud-based scalable solution provided by IQVIA. For the client's solution, the original driver was MCM, or the multi-channel marketing, to improve data integrity across marketing and sales and other systems. But over a period of time, primary driver actually changed to compliance. The customer wanted to be protected from anti-bribery legislation centered on government officials. When global headquarters evaluated their current state, they found that they had multiple MDM solutions across the globe. They were old, non-scalable, and single domain. It would have been much more costly for them to try to integrate all of the varied MDMs with their multi-channel marketing and CRM and compliance systems. So hence they started looking for a more scalable, newer, SaaS-based multi-domain MDM solutions. So in terms of the solution, their global headquarters were actually really interested in having more advanced MDM capabilities, functionality that Ajay was showing, and they wanted it deployed to be in more countries. They were also interested in a flexible, scalable SaaS solution, and they were also a very big user of IQVIA one key reference data, and it really made business sense to have the best technology and best data come together through IQVIA, and that's where they actually chose IQVIA MDM solution. It had the pre-integrated one key data that they were really very fond of, and now this solution has been deployed in 15 plus countries, and with an ongoing project of expanding to 35 more countries, and these countries are all across the globe: Africa, Asia, and Latin America, as well as Europe. As part of the solution, multiple data sources were integrated: SAP, their customer web portal, CRM, global consent management, as well as IQVIA's one key. In terms of the results are actually perfectly aligned with their vision. They are able to expand their multi-channel management capabilities in many countries, and supporting their anti-bribery legislation, as well as the lower cost of ownership. And last but not the least is the improved decision making across the organization. Second use case is about a client who transformed their entire data management capabilities with IQVIA provided MDM and the data warehouse solutions. So the complete enterprise information management solution suite that we have. The situation here was actually very different from the previous one. This client needed to standardize its global commercial BI reporting capabilities. They had 18 sources stored in disparate systems, 36 countries across 3 large regions, and they realized that while the need was for the BI reporting, they realized that introducing a data management solution that could handle more than just mastering customer data and had to have managed transactional data and can generate insights is the need. And it was very important for them to have it support 24/7 business operations because they are truly global in every continent. So this resulted in 3 major projects to support their growth. First was the one key deployment, the one key data, IQVIA data. And because over a period of time, they had a lot of M&A activities and they had duplicate as well as missing data with bad data quality, and they really needed a solve for it. And hence they chose one key. The second project as part of this initiative was MDM. This was the situation was involved lots of siloed solutions and that were too hard to maintain, and it made sense to harmonize one single multi-domain solution provided by IQVIA, built on that Reltio platform, and the data warehouse and analytics. So there was no one-stop shop for them for analytics before this project, and hence the choice of IQVIA data warehouse. In terms of the scope of project, it was huge. It's 18 different data sources for each of 36 countries, 73 different data entities, 5,000 end users which were impacted. We have 3 tenants across 3 major geographic regions. One key item to point here is the sponsorship. For such a huge initiative, a single sponsor was needed who could have accountability and authority across multiple functional areas. Data management, analytics, data integration across the whole commercial ecosystem that I was showing earlier. We were able to do it. We implemented the solution in just 4 months for initial set of countries in production. This solution pushed data from one key and IQVIA exponent, which was the transaction data, CRM, SAP, and distributors. And this included, as I said, dimensions and transactional data. Data staging occurred from data intake to integration to mastering to business rules to data mart for reporting and analysis. Basically, it had the whole end-to-end data management solution. There was also a UI for data stewardship that integrated directly with their DCR workflow in their CRM. They also performed the daily integration of harmonized data to their commercial systems, to BI analysts, and back to the CRM. Another point to note is that we also leverage both IQVIA's local resources, which are across the world, as well as the global resources during pilot, as well as the phased implementation. In terms of the results, now end users can easily access information from multiple sources and that they can trust that it is accurate and current, and it enables agile decision making. The solution had several client constituents to satisfy: data stewards, BI professionals, sales managers who needed the latest sales result, and the analysts in the brand teams. The solution provided actionable insights with relevant data in usable format for different users. And another point to note is that IT drove this. So their IT executive director was the one who was driving this solution. So because since it was across multiple functional areas, and so this solution had to meet all the IT's requirements while supporting all the different business units' functional needs. In terms of our go forward, this project got the client quickly to an enterprise class solution, and now we are looking to ensure that we go beyond commercial or beyond the call data that we have, call data or sales data. We are exploring into the social media data, non-personal promotional campaigns, and since especially the non-personal promotional campaigns are being done by those brand managers, and that data is still not in one place. So we are looking to get that and then get into the social media. And hopefully this will be an opportunity to integrate truly one single data management solution and enable better analytics across the whole commercial ecosystem. That is all I had. Back to Aaron.
Thank you very much, Ajay and Chitra. It's to me, it's really powerful when you start to think about the new capabilities that are being offered to life sciences organizations in terms of really getting this deep understanding of their data assets and being able to then very seamlessly integrate new ones, whether it's from internal data sources or external data sources as well. With that, I'd really like to open it up to Q&A. The first one is actually going to be directed for you, Ajay.
Okay.
And the question is around machine learning and predictive analytics. Obviously, machine learning and AI, whatever you want to call it, is very, very popular right now. And the question is in regards to what role does machine learning and or predictive analytics play in data management?
Excellent. Okay. So yes, as you mentioned that a lot of companies are trying their hands with machine learning and advanced analytics and AI. So the way we see it is that first of all, for machine learning and advanced analytics and predictive analytics to work, you need to have access to reliable data. So garbage in, garbage out concept still holds true. So the way the role that the AI and ML play in data management is twofold. One is how to improve the data quality itself, how the modern data management platforms can use AI and ML to improve the matching of the data, to improve the scoring of the data, and to improve the data quality, to recommend and find relationships across data entities and suggest those relations or suggest those new match rules to business users, to data stewards, so that they can improve data quality. That is the first. And second is helping business users to make decisions. And whether it is about next best actions, like what is the right time or what is the right information to send to a customer, or whether it is about what are the new products that we need to offer to the customers. So those are the kind of two ways that we see how AI and ML will be used. One is on improving the data quality, and second thing is how to kind of provide these intelligent recommendations and suggestions to the business users or the field reps to improve their effectiveness.
Great. And for Chitra, the question for you is, with regards to IQVIA's data warehouse, what AWS solutions are you using for that data warehouse?
Yeah, so for the data warehouse, we are sorry, I heard For the data warehouse, we are using the Reltio powered platform with the combination of AWS Redshift, and we are also looking at Athena at this time for the queryability. And we do use Spark Engine as our the data processing platform.
And Ajay, this for you, obviously you were talking about graphs, right? And how can customers interact with that? Are they able to use Neo4j or how do customers interact with Reltio?
Yes, so let me make it clear that this is not a graph database. So this is not something like Neo4j, and the whole idea is to provide unlimited, infinite scalability. So we use graph schema to store the relationships, and what Reltio Graph Power is like kind of three-folds, right? So one is kind of using this graph to build and identify the relationships, as I mentioned, to create that whole picture that which HCP is part of which particular committee or which particular hospital system, and taking which kind of plans and what are the prescriptions. So it gives you full view. And the second thing which graph powers is pivoting from one profile to other. Like you can say that, okay, this HCP is part of this IDN, then you can click on the IDN and get to the IDN profile. Then you can say that this IDN is taking these plans. You can click on the plan and get to the plan profiles. So everything automatically gets connected. And then from pivoting, when third is that when you are adding or bringing new data sources, you start with HCP profiles, then you start create HCO profiles, then you may want to create product profile. So you don't have to go through separate integrations because of the graph technology. They start coming together. And another part of your question was how to kind of get access to this data. So we provide all the REST APIs and queries to kind of access this information and take that information to downstream applications or any kind of warehouse. So all those APIs are available to kind of access the information from Graph.
Got it. So with I'm just going through these. So with regards to how organizations get started and connected, and there was a couple questions around this. So if a customer goes with Reltio or is interested in Reltio, can you walk through just a little bit of how you get started, how you set it up, connect to data sources, et cetera?
Of course, yes. So there are for life sciences organizations, so we already have a lot of like pre-built data models about like HCP, HCO, and as Chitra mentioned, that we have kind of access and connectors to the data sources from IQVIA side as well. And so the first step is to kind of connect to various data sources. So we provide various connectors, whether it is connectors built by us or even connectors which are more commercially available, like from SnapLogic or from MuleSoft, if you are already using those connectors. So those capabilities are available to connect to various data sources and bring the data together. So that is the connectivity aspect of it. And it works both ways, to bring data inside Reltio, as well as to kind of take data back when you need to kind of update your CRM systems or make data change requests to other downstream systems. So that is all complete integration capabilities are part of the platform as far as data connectivity is concerned.
Excellent. And I jumped past my last slide. I think that's all the time that we have for questions. As a reminder, we will be distributing the content of today's webinar out over email in the upcoming days. And if we weren't able to get to your question, either myself or someone from Reltio or IQVIA will be following up in the next few business days. Really quickly, just to close, Reltio is a very valued partner, and we're really excited to work with them, really modernizing data management and helping healthcare and life sciences organizations build out that holistic data strategy. And, we'll have these in the webinar slides, but if you want to screenshot this slide just in terms of where you can learn more, please feel free, both from Reltio's side as well as the AWS side. And with that, I'd really like to say thank you for joining today. I hope everyone has, I think we hope everyone has a wonderful day or evening, whatever time of day they might be in, and have a wonderful rest of your day and night. Take care.